how much are these new ads by Etsy gonna cost me? So if you haven't already seen my live stream from yesterday, Etsy have announced they're going to be changing our advertising, our Etsy ads yet again. And I covered that in detail, but during the live stream and afterwards, quite a few people asked me if I could help them out a little bit with the numbers. So I'm going to run my own numbers from my shop, hopefully slowly enough that you can plug in your own numbers and get a rough idea of how much these ads would have cost us if they'd been happening last year. I obviously can't tell you what the future is going to hold. I can't tell you if the new ads are going to be better than the old what Etsy was doing. Just doing my best to run some numbers. There's some massive assumptions in this, so there's a fair degree of inaccuracy. For example, I assume the adverts will have the same conversion as my average shop conversion rate, which is unlikely to be the case because, as we've seen before, views coming from social media have a much lower conversion than views coming from Etsy search. So it's a vast generalization. I also haven't rolled in any VAT or tax type numbers into this. So with the conversion, we're probably erring on the side of a bit too much. Without all the VAT and everything, we're erring on the side of a little bit too little. So hopefully it meets in the middle, and this is a rough estimate. So the first thing I completely advise is look at a long period of data. So I'm going to look at the whole of last year. Now, I didn't have Google Ads switched on at any point in last year. However, I believe that section in your stats for Etsy marketing and SEO is what they're telling us, the adverts that they're paying us on our behalf. Now, obviously, with everybody kind of paying for these and taking the load off of Etsy next year, it's likely this budget will go up slightly, so I might get even more views. But these are the best numbers I have for now. So Etsy marketing and SEO bought me 3,166 views last year. And I'm going to be looking at my numbers here because ain't nobody got time to learn a script that's full of numbers in this kind of time period. So Etsy marketing and SEO bought me 3,166 views. And if I divide it by the 25,000 views that my shop got for the year, and then multiply by 100 to make it a percent, that gives me 12.66%. So 12.66% of my views last year came from them putting ads forward for me. And you don't actually have to do this bit of maths, I'm just double checking them. But basically that ties in with them saying it's 13% of my traffic. So yeah, their numbers work. So yeah, Gold Star Etsy, your numbers work so far. So my average conversion for the whole of 2019 was 0.7%. So these 3,166 views that came from the Etsy advertising me, if we multiply that by the 0.7%, so that's 3166 multiplied by 0.007, that tells me I got 22 sales last year from Etsy advertising my shop, roughly. It's likely to be less, but hey, that's all we've got. And if we calculate what 12.66% of my revenue for the year was, so that is £7,171.38 times 0.1266, which is £908. As I've ended up just below the $10,000 for the year, then my charge for those sales would have been 15%. So £908 times 0.15, which has given me a charge for the year of £136.2. And let's work out if that's what I'd been charged that was bringing me 3,166 views. So if I divide £136 20 pence by 3,166, that would equal a cost per click of 4p, 4 pence per click for the advertising offsite that Etsy was doing on my behalf. Now, that's a lot better than what people were reporting their cost per click on Google was. So if the numbers stayed the same as that, then I'm kind of happy to pay for that. And let's figure out how much I would have had to put up my prices to cover this. So this is the £136.2 that it would cost me extra for the year, divided by the 172 sales that I made in the year, which equates to 79 pence extra per sale. Or with VAT and whatever else, that might be slightly higher, but still looking at about £1 a sale extra, not 15%. But in 2019, I increased my average prices significantly more than that £1. So I would still be in profit even if they'd have brought this in last year. As I say, a lot of assumptions. We don't know everything. Now, Etsy tells you in the mail how much percentage they think it's going to impact your sales, how much a percentage of your sales came from what they were doing. And Etsy told me it was 5%. So that's significantly less than the 13% that I'd estimated there. So I'm really erring on the side of caution. It could be significantly less. We could be talking less than under 50 pence per sale of my items. But if you can follow my steps and see what numbers you come up with and let me know, I'd be super interested to hear, first of all, what would be your estimated cost per click if everything stayed the same as last year and Etsy just charged you for the sales? And also, how much extra per sale are you going to have to put your prices up to cover this if you're going to run with these ads? And remember, if you're over the $10,000 a year, then instead of the 15%, you'll be getting charged 12%. So just change that in your calculations. I'll leave the maths up on the page for a little while. If you just want to do these, let me know in the comments what results you got. And now we've had a little bit of time to look at what Etsy are telling us here. Tomorrow, I'll get a video on all the questions and answers, the things that I've learned from what Etsy's saying about these new ads, what we know so far. So if you have any questions yourself, pop them in the comments down below and I'll try and find out for you in time for tomorrow. Hope that helped. See you next time.